One of the tough roles that I have as a coach or as a trainer or as a consultant is I don't like to sugarcoat my opinion. Now remember, there are two things here: sugarcoat and opinions. What do I mean by I don't sugarcoat? If you're ugly, I'll tell you you're ugly. If you're stupid, I'll tell you you're stupid. And the worst one is, if I feel that you'll not succeed with the way things are going, I'll tell you on your face, you're not going to succeed, man. But now you'll be like, lawyer, who are you to judge? How do you know they will not succeed in the future? That's where the second part comes. Opinion. Sugarcoat my opinion. Because when you pay me money, you're asking for my opinion, my expertise, my point of view. I'm not God. 100%. Okay. Have I been wrong in life? Oh, absolutely. But the ratio of wrong is to right, out of, I would say, 1,000, maybe I've been wrong once, twice, thrice, with regards to my clients. Okay. Majority of the cases, I've been right. Now, why do I say this? It's not something to brag, or it's not to tell you that, oh, see, I'm like God. No. It's a very simple thing. If you are good at your industry, at your field, at what you do, you can very well know the outcome. For example, I'll give you an example. Let's say you're a chef. You know how to really cook the world's, like the best dishes, and you know how to cook perfectly. And you've dedicated your whole life to being a chef. So this youngster comes and tells you, I'll try to make this dish. And you ask them the recipe. Just by looking at the recipe, you know that is it going to come well or not. In fact, there are some chefs who, just by looking at the way you dress, or the way you cut vegetables, or the way, just in a few seconds, they can know that it'll be good or not. Now, that's not to say that a person who's a terrible cook can't become a good cook. But you can be a good cook, maybe not a great cook. Because there are a lot of fundamentals that get involved. Now, why am I telling you this? There are a lot of people who take my service because I've been in this industry for quite some time now. And they ask me questions like, Lloyd, do you think I'll succeed? Lloyd, do you think I'll make money? Lloyd, do you think this, that, whatever? Now, majority of these online coaches, and they like to give you bullshit. They like to tell you, believe in yourself, anything is possible, you will do it. And some of them are very diplomatic. Like, even if you're ugly, they'll say, no, beauty lies in the eyes of the beholder. All that is fine. If you want a loving, sweet, caring, encouraging this coach, go to your mother. I'm sure your mama will say, no, my son is so special, my daughter is so smart. But when you look at the world, competition that is global, obsession that is cutthroat, and survival of the fittest, if you want to be the best of the best, either you have to literally dedicate your life, or you can't. Now, this is the same thing that goes into whether getting a job, personal branding, making money. If you want to be average, anyone can be average. And through average, you can be good. But to be the best in what you're doing, either you have it or you don't. Now, with regards to personal branding, I tell people, personal branding, yes, is a science and art. Science means there are certain fundamentals. Why I use the term science? There are certain fundamentals. 1 + 1 is 2. Certain formulas that if you follow, it always will work. And art, because you customize it. Like the way I would do personal branding or marketing for myself would be different from how you would do it for yourself. Okay? Some people do it in a goody two shoes. Some people do it controversial. Some people do it by being a troll. Different ways are there. So it's an art form also. Okay? But if you are not able to do the fundamentals, there's no way you can succeed. I'll give you an example now. Let's say a guy wants to be Mr. Olympia. That is a bodybuilding, the highest. You just Google search Mr. Olympia bodybuilding. You'll see these freaks of nature. You'll see guys who are so big, huh? Like not puffed up, just standing normal, they are so big. Their arms are like bigger than both your legs. They eat around like 64 pieces of egg white per day. Like they will eat almost like 2 or 3 kilograms of food. And that is not delicious food. You're talking of protein, and then they inject themselves with steroids. And now, every bodybuilder's goal is to reach the Olympia, hopefully to win it. But forget winning. Even qualifying for that is like an impossible task because there are so many bodybuilders. In order to qualify for the Olympia, you have to place in an international show and get an invite, or you have to qualify with the NPC Nationals, I think NBC, National Bodybuilding Association, NBAO. I can't get the right name for the bodybuilding association. It's an international body. You have to win. In some shows you qualify the top 3 to get an invite. Just an invite. From the invite, you have to qualify again. So in order to win the nationals, you have to win regional. In order to win the regional, you have to win the area. In order to win the area, you have to win the local show. In order to win the local show, you have to first compete. So there are many layers. Many people dedicate their whole lives and they don't make it past winning a local show. Because even in a local show, there are so many bodybuilders. There are people with 10 years, 15 years, 20 years experience over you. There are people who have access to the most expensive steroids. There are people who are into politics and they win through influence. So there are many variables. And genetics also plays a role. So imagine, you don't even make it through local competition. So now when I meet someone and they ask me, Loy, I want to be Mr. Olympia, I first start with the fundamentals. Have you, in fact, I don't even ask them, have you won a local show? I ask them about their bodybuilding schedule. I ask them how much, what is their body weight? How much do they lift? How much money do they have for steroids or supplements or food? What financial backing they have? They are, the core fundamentals. Now, if a guy tells me, I don't have money for paying my bills, I just eat basic food, I'm only 55 kilos. Imagine these mass monsters are 150, 160 kilos of pure muscle. No, hardly any fat. Huh? So, and these people some of them spend even $200 or $300 a day. Huh? Just let that sink in. Coaches and nutrition and marketing and, their image and their brand. Now, I know what you'll say. Yeah, they started from zero. Yes, you have people who win the Olympics who also start from zero. That doesn't mean everyone who starts from zero makes it to the podium. So, if the guy tells me that he doesn't have money even to pay his day-to-day expenses, I tell him it's not going to work, man. I know it's a great dream. He is in his 20s. He's as skinny as a rat. He lives in India. And he has no money to pay his bills. And education, he doesn't have any. Parent support, he doesn't have any. How is he going to make it to Olympia? Maybe he might make it as a local bodybuilder, big one, in few years' time. Maybe he'll make it to state level. But it's going to take 10-15 years. It's highly impossible to make it to the level like Arnold Schwarzenegger or something. So this hurts a lot of people when they come to me with this hope. And I let them know beforehand, before the session starts. If you're coming to me, don't come to me hoping that, whatever you're thinking, I'm going to say yes. I'm going to encourage you. I'm going to, give you like a confirmation bias. Like a confirmation. I'm not here to validate all your hopes and dreams, and I'm here to evaluate very logically. Let's say someone says, I want to be a YouTuber. I want to make millions on YouTube. I'd first ask them the fundamentals. How many YouTube videos have you uploaded? In fact, forget YouTube videos. I'd say, how many Instagram videos have you uploaded? 30 seconds or 10 seconds. Have you done 100? Have you done 500? Have you done 1,000 of 10 seconds or 30 seconds? If you don't have that kind of consistency, I mean, how are you going to make full-fledged 1 hour or 45 minutes videos 3 times a week or 2 times a week with a full team and expenses that come like running a professional company? There are so many variables, man. The problem is, today, with this internet, you have all these fake gurus who will give you amazing promises and make you feel special and you can do it and yes, you have it in you. And so these people who are getting no from their mother, father and other people a dose of reality. Finally you go and listen to one coach. Oh, you can do anything you want. Fuck, you'll be drawn towards that guy because he's making you feel good, right? Oh, you're amazing. Oh, then they'll give you cherry pick stories. This guy was sleeping on his couch. He was penniless. Today he's earning millions. Or the internet gurus, what they do is, I was homeless, penniless. Today I'm earning millions. You can be the same. They don't evaluate each and every person individually. They give a standard answer to everyone. And they make it sound, nowadays, to avoid legal hassles, they say no, but you have to work very hard. That's why you'll see all these Thai Lopez and all these internet marketers, they say results may vary from person to person. The results of this person reflect years of professional guidance, blah, 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 blah. They'll make sure that they don't get sued because they are taking you for a ride. They're playing with the emotions and feelings. Tony Robbins, who was the great guru of peak performance development, today people are smart enough to realize he was just giving you stuff that you cannot measure, hopes and dreams and sweet talk. Yes, make vague statements which anyone can give, like make that decision, take the action, believe in yourself, let your body show that you really mean it. What the fuck? So for me, I choose to take the road of being a realistic guy, because there's enough and more of bullshitters out there who will give you fakes, stupid shit. Someone needs to tell the truth. And that's why, though it's unpopular, I've chosen to take. Why do you think I don't have all this goody channel where yes, you can do it? And one guy sent me one Indian YouTuber. He speaks in Hindi and English. And the typical, he dresses up, he looks like a clean cut, role model. And he was telling you can do it and you can achieve your dreams and goals and have a goal, set this and this and this and this. And yes, he was getting 800,000 views and all that. There are some people who can do this. In fact, I even found out the guy who's earning millions in India, millions in terms of dollars. That guy is a motivational coach. In Hindi, he takes all the Tony Robbins, all that material, translates into the local language, and I guess you need to have a flair for it. I can't do it. In my right conscience, I can't do it. If you're an idiot, I'm going to tell you you're a fucking idiot, man. Because you're paying me for what? Bullshit? You paid me, number one, for honesty, and second one, for my opinion. Now, like I told you, my opinion, I'm not God. I can't tell you what will happen in 20 years. Because if I were to evaluate my own life, 20 years ago, what I was a bum. Now, had I continued the same path with the same actions, had I got the same results, but I changed drastically. So much so, I can't recognize myself. Now, if you change yourself, change your habits, change everything, change your environment, change your family, change your country, change... Fine. You'll see a different result. Then again, it doesn't mean you'll achieve success. That is why my style is pretty hurtful, and for some people, for the ones who cannot handle truth. Like this 40, like I get 30, 40-year-old females who say, I want to be Victoria's Secret model. I want to go to Hollywood. I want to earn millions of dollars. What's your age? 30. How many movies you acted? None. I just starred in a few ads. They clicked my photo and took one video. Hollywood. Star with The Rock. Yeah. I want to be like Oprah Winfrey. Yeah, sure. Millions of dollars. Yeah, sure. Anyway, I wanted to share this with you. That personal branding is not for everyone. And I'm a coach you should not come to if you cannot stomach the reality. Because the first one is what is wrong. And after we figure out what is wrong, then we try to create what is right. That's the only way you'll succeed. Otherwise, you'll not. I use the same formula for resume rebranding, interview coaching, personal branding, business branding, whatever. Even relationships, when people come and talk to me. So, anyway, this is what I wanted to share with you guys. Let me know your thoughts. Feel free to put your views. I just like to keep it real, man. Because someone needs to tell the truth. So for me, if someone pays me money, especially their hard-earned money, I need to tell them the truth and give them the solution after that. Alright? Doable, practical steps. Anyway, this is what I wanted to share. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. It's me signing off. You guys take care.